so it started on a Saturday morning.
Sunday. It was Sunday morning.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway.
So there I was. I was looking for a buck to kill. We were out there on Sunday morning, me and Ashlyn going out to the woods.
Anyway, me and Tony were headed up to the stand. It's called the Ricky Cooper. So we got all set, and you know, sun was starting to come through the trees, and there were some does and yearlings all fiddling around.
We got up in the stand. So there was a couple of small bucks that were out there. I'm looking through, I'm like, hey, does this look pretty good? She's like, nah, they don't look that good. So I was like, well, maybe something will come along. So we wait a little while. I look over, Ashlyn's playing some video game while we're in the stand. I don't know what she's playing.
And then a little 5-point came out and some other stuff, and this one little buck came out, and I was like, I like that one. I'm like, no, that is like literally its first set of horns. Like, you cannot kill that. That is the littlest deer I've ever seen.
It was so big that I could see that thing before it even got out of the woods.
Another one came out, and I managed to talk him out of that one. And then this other one came out from the very back. He's like, that one looks pretty good to me. I'm like, well, it's not a bad deer. I personally wouldn't shoot it. He's like, is it a shooter? Is it a shooter? I'm like, yes, it's a shooter. He's like, consider him dead.
So I seen this buck come out, and I look over at Ashlyn and I said, hey, that looks pretty good. She's like, oh, you know, I wouldn't shoot him. And I told her, I said, well, I don't have your standards. And I go to click that safety off, and I go to fire, and I was like, ooh.
Sit up there. So then he goes and turns broadside, and everything's perfect. Well, Tony did not take off the safety the whole way. So he looks at me, it didn't shoot, and he's like, oh, it's a double safety. So he clicked the safety halfway, but he didn't click it all the way.
I go to fire, and I was like, ooh, didn't fire. I was like, it's that double, that two-step safety. And I went to click it the other way. She's like, oh, you better take your time. So I said, I don't need to take my time.
So, like, big time, like Russian. So he basically told me to shush up and be quiet. So boom, he shoots, and I'm like, well, you don't have to look for that one. He dropped it right there on the corn pile. He goes, I hope it's big enough.
We got a buck down. And then I realized that buck may not be big enough. I might be made fun of. And I looked at Ashlyn, and I realized she was recording me. And I said, I hope it's big enough. And I realized that it sounded really stupid when she recorded me. But we went out there, and Ashlyn's like, oh yeah, it's good. And I still thought she was messing with me.
But that's it, and we got it all loaded up, and everything was good.
And I got my first buck.
Oh my God.
Hopefully he's bigger than what?